WECT News begins now with breaking news.
Threats toward Bladen Community College under investigation right now. The sheriff's office says a caller made threats at the college. What exactly was said is unclear. The caller said they were a family member of a former employee and they were calling from Vermont. The call was traced to Vermont and police there were notified. The caller is now under investigations and deputies say they will ramp up patrols on the school's campus. WECT has reached out to Bladen Community College for a statement. We'll have an update on WECT News first at 4. And continuing coverage now of the man accused of stealing a police car, starting a countywide manhunt and putting a handful of schools on lockdown. Cottrell Sampson remains in the Bladen County Jail facing a list of charges. Bladen Borough Police pulled Sampson over on Monday night, but investigators say he stole the officer's car and took off. Then another call came in for a stolen vehicle yesterday morning, and a number of schools went on lockdown just as a precaution. Officers eventually caught Sampson near Bladen Community College. WECT's Ariana Bertolotti is looking into how this happened, and we'll have an update tonight on WECT News at 5. We're already halfway through the school year. This has been the first year that a new state law took effect, banning cell phone use in classrooms. But some districts in our area were ahead of the ballgame, not waiting on a law to take action. WCT's Raina Kroom stopped by the Columbus County schools. She recently paid another visit there after being there previously to see how their new approach is working.
For high schoolers in Columbus County, this year looks completely different from years past. One of the biggest reasons students are no longer glued to their phones.
Class is in session for students in Columbus County.
We have had a phenomenal start to school. Second semester has really went off without a hitch.
A big reason behind the improvement is students started the year off by locking away their phones in yonder pouches.
You see kids talking, looking up, having conversations with each other more so than ever.
Kelly Begg, principal of South Columbus High School, reported higher test scores and a significant drop in fights. Other schools reported fewer instances of students getting in trouble for having their phone. And the crackdown didn't stop there. The county also installed vape sensors in school bathrooms. The sensors can detect chemicals in the air and alert school admin in real time.
Anytime we can make a difference in a child's life when it deals with substance abuse or inappropriate use of certain devices, I think even if it's just one, we've done our job.
Leaders say the changes are a step in the right direction.
The pros have definitely outweighed the cons, and so I don't see this changing anytime in the near future.
And they tell me they've had to learn how to adapt. They say students are getting creative, bringing 2 phones to school to lock away one and keep the other. The district does plan to reevaluate the data at the end of the school year. Raina Kroom, WECT News.
We have an update now on a woman reported missing from Boiling Spring Lakes. We told you this morning the police department had asked for help to find 30-year-old Ann Elizabeth Newton. We can tell you that she has been found. Now, Newton had been missing since Monday afternoon. No other details have been released except she is safe. Parents in eastern North Carolina speaking out after a concerning find. An immunization record from what appears to be from Havelock Middle School appearing in the Epstein files. The document has sensitive information redacted, but we can distinguish it's from the year 2000. Craven County Schools says the district has not been contacted by federal authorities regarding this matter and has no other information connection between Craven County Schools and the referenced investigation. However, the discovery leaving many parents with questions about why it's there in the first place.
Parents deserve clarification because we want to know who did it, why they did it, and how long it's been going on for.
As with many of the files that the Justice Department has released, there is no context surrounding the document's presence and this person's connection, if any, to the convicted sex offender, Jeffrey Epstein. All right, taking a look outside at a very cloudy beach forecast for you this afternoon. Gannon's got more details on your First Alert forecast.
Here's your forecast from the First Alert Weather Team.
Can't blame you if you're thinking spring after many cold parts to this winter so far. 30 days from today, astronomical or official spring arrives with the equinox, and even sooner than that, 11 days from now, meteorological spring, March, April, May, the months of greatest average temperature growth. So March kicks off meteorological spring, a little simpler there in the meteorology world. And even simpler than that, hey, what's it feel like outside today, tomorrow, Friday? Your three-zone forecast for the Cape Fear. Ooh, these temps they've been building, they're going to finish strong and very spring-like for the remainder of this week, especially on the mainland. A better chance of 70s. Beaches, that water's still cold. Friday afternoon, the end of day 3, where we drop you off, we do so in the company of a few stray showers. Showers tend to fill in Friday night, Saturday night with a passing cold front, even a few trailers on Sunday. So those are our next rain chances. Doesn't look like the total weekend washout, but that cold front is kind of the next big thing that we're looking out for. It's going to really switch up our temperatures. Hey, episode 29 of my digital program, Shooting the Breeze, just dropped. Anywhere you like to stream or wect.com/anywhere. A good piece of weather trivia for the history buffs. Behind the scenes with WECT News First Alert Sky Tracker Joan and Scotty P, entertainment guru, and I chop it up about Groundhog Day, our third and final movie in the series. Your 7 expanding to 10-day planning forecast is how we walk it out, with warmth to start the week, start the period, and then colder conditions following that front early next week. Looks like we're going to have some mornings in the 30s and 20s. What a change. Kim, back to you.
All right, Gannon, thanks very much. Let's check your First Alert traffic conditions with a live look here at College Road and Oleander Drive. A lot of cars in this part of Wilmington right now, but it looks like everyone is moving without any issues. Do want to give you a heads up about some road projects taking place right now. There's a lane closure on US 421 near Spencer Farlow Drive. This is heading toward Carolina Beach. That right southbound lane is closed and will remain closed until 4 o'clock this afternoon for some bridge maintenance. Another project, this one heads up happening tomorrow and Friday. It's a lane closure or a shift on Holly Shelter Road between Barbados Boulevard and Blue Clay Road near Castle Hayne. 1 lane in both directions between the hours of 9 and 2, Thursday and Friday. And then also tomorrow, anyone who normally travels the Thomas Rhodes Bridge, you might want to find a different route. Lane closure at US 421 near US 17 Business, that right southbound lane over the Thomas Rhodes Bridge. There's bridge inspections going on Thursday and Friday between 9 and 4. So 1 lane remaining open, but you could expect some slowdowns there. That's a look at your First Alert traffic. Plans for a new library are moving forward, but not without some concerns from county commissioners. They approved a nearly $8 million construction contract for Hampstead's new library in Pender County. But commissioners wanted to make sure this project wasn't going to cause the same issues they ran into with Central Pender Park. That contract cost the county money with the way it was structured because it missed deadlines. Officials assured the commissioners the library's project won't run into the same problem. The Hampstead Library expected to open next year. And a nearly $10 million project to create a new park off Greenville Loop Road gets the green light. The New Hanover County Board of Commissioners voting 3-2 to contribute $1 million to a plan by the City of Wilmington and the endowment. Commissioner Stephanie Walker and Rob Zappel were the sole votes against the sale, citing concerns due to a lack of financial transparency. The new park would take up 25 acres next to Bradley Creek Elementary School. Zappel says he supports parks and green space, but says the problem comes from how they're spending the public's money.
I said, we're going too fast. If this is a good deal today, it'll be a good deal 2 months from now when we have everything and we get full disclosure of who we're selling it to and the fact that the deal is exactly what we thought it would be.
Commissioners Dane Scalise, Bill Rivenbark, and Chair Leanne Pierce defended the decision to fund the project, citing the need to protect more green space in the county. Scalise believes the opposition comes down to politics, not transparency.
I hate to say it like this, but there's a primary going on One of the county commissioners is running against one of the city council members. The city council member voted in favor of this deal. In my opinion, this is just politics.
Zappel denied those claims. The estimated cost for that development work ranges between $5 million and $10 million, a financial burden that falls entirely on the city of Wilmington, and it should be up and running within 5 years. The state health department added another measles case in their latest update. The total number of cases since December of last year now at 22. 17 of the 22 cases have been people 17 years old and younger. The state health department says most cases affected are unvaccinated children. The closest case to our area is in Johnston County. In South Carolina, the hardest state hit by the measles, seeing good news and bad news. The measles outbreak is still growing, adding 12 new cases Friday. That's in contrast to 3-day reports as high as 124 just last month. While measles cases grow, the outbreak looks to be slowing. There have been 962 total cases since the outbreak started last summer. Measles symptoms can appear 7 to 21 days after exposure and include high fever, cough, runny nose, red watery eyes, and red raised rash that typically starts on the face before spreading to the trunk, arms, and legs. People who develop symptoms should contact their local health department immediately, limit exposure to others, and call ahead before visiting any medical facilities. Today is Ash Wednesday, which marks the beginning of Lent for many Christians. You may see people at work today with the sign of the cross on their foreheads. Worshippers may go to Mass at different times throughout the day. Lent lasts for 40 days. It's a period when Christians, not just Catholics, fast, reflect, and prepare for Easter. Want to remind you, while the Winter Olympics continue, we are not airing our usual WECT news at midday or first at 4 newscasts, but we will still bring you your top stories and weather updates at noon and 4 on a live stream. You can watch it either on our website, Facebook, or YouTube pages. All right, that's going to do it for WECT News at midday. Hope you have a great afternoon.
Santa baby, just slip a sable under the tree for me.
She had a voice that could stop you in your tracks. Sultry, powerful, unforgettable. South Carolina native Eartha Kitt was a legendary entertainer who captivated audiences on Broadway, in films, and on television. Most remember her as Catwoman in the 1960s Batman series. But Eartha was much more than a performer. She was a fearless activist who spoke out against injustice in the Vietnam War, even when it came at a great personal cost. She fought for civil rights and refused to be silenced. Eartha Kitt passed away in 2008, leaving behind an incredible legacy, not just as an artist, but as a courageous voice for change.
Stream Shootin' the Breeze episodes on these platforms or at WECT.com/anywhere. Chief Meteorologist Gannon Medwig has the stories and science of southeastern North Carolina skies. Stream Shootin' the Breeze episodes now. Sponsored by Bojangles. It's Bow time.
Bojangles just launched the new breakfast bowl. But hurry, this hearty combination of sausage, gravy, eggs, and bowl rounds is here for a limited time. It's Bow time.